Member Spotlight. I'm Jennifer Gerson with MPS Credit Union and also the president of the Pinecrest Business Association. And I'm joined today by Karen Krugliak, one of our board members, and the co-owner Brit Olom Tours. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you so much. Good to be back with you again.
Oh.
I am very happy to be sharing travel news today. We have a lot going on in travel, even though people still think of it as sort of paused. There's a lot of excitement out there for travel. So we are going to kind of review today what's open. Where can people go? I just heard you mention that you're going skiing, so domestic is open. A lot of people out there on the slopes going skiing. You can travel around this beautiful country, go down to the Keys, go to the beaches, go skiing, go to the mountains. We have beautiful things to see all over the United States. But if folks want to go out of country, where can they go? Well, the Caribbean's done a wonderful job, a beautiful job about getting people out and about. You can go down to Jamaica. You can go to the Dominican Republic, St. Martin. You can go over to Aruba, the Virgin Islands. You can go to Mexico. Mexico has been one of the first places. In fact,
I remember you went there last year.
I went.
Last summer?
Yes, last summer. We already were in Mexico. We went to a few resorts. We saw a few more. Mexico is really fabulous. They've done a great job about mitigating spread and of COVID, and they do great testing there. Of course, most places you go, you want to make sure that you know all the protocols. And that is the beauty part of dealing with myself, a travel professional.
So wait, let's stop there, right? So, and if you have any questions while you're watching, please, drop them in the comments and we'll be sure to ask them. So, right, in today's world, people have so much access to information on the internet. So a travel professional or a travel advisor, how does that help you? I know how that helps you, but let's let everybody know how that helps you and how it's maybe you want to go online to get all your information and to zero in on where you want to go. But at that point, we need to turn it over to you.
Very good point. And I'm glad you brought that up, Jennifer, because actually there is so much information out there. And sometimes what happens is folks confuse themselves. They see so much information and they don't know if what they're seeing is accurate, if where they want to go now seems to be a big puzzle because there's so many different areas of that city. Maybe they want to be in an area that is more central, or maybe they don't want to be central. They want to be in a quiet area. How do you know that the placement of your hotel is going to be the right placement and it's going to have the facilities you want? Or if the destination you pick is really right for you? That's where a travel professional comes in. We've been doing this for over 35 years. At Brit Olom Tours, we are travel experts. So we know the ins and outs of how to make things work seamlessly in travel. We're your advocate. We make it A to Z worry-free is what we like to say. My husband, Svi, and I use that as one of our taglines. And we do. We hold your hand through the process. You don't need to worry about, is my cabin placement on the ship right? Or is this the right hotel? Or will my tour guide really be there when I go down to the lobby? You don't have to worry about that because we take care of all the details and we make it worry-free, seamless. And if you have questions, you always reach out to us. You're not calling a million different places. You don't have to call the hotel, the transfer operator, the tour guide. You just call me. I take care of it all.
Right. Even after you plan the trip, you're still our main contact. So if we have any issues while we're traveling, if we want to make any changes, you're still there to help us. It doesn't stop when the tickets are delivered.
Exactly. And I'm glad you mentioned that too, because things do happen when you travel. It doesn't happen often. There is COVID-19 out there now, and most people are concerned about that. But you just ask me and I'll tell you what you need to do to travel the safest way to the destination you're interested in. And speaking of that, more and more places are opening up. We were talking about Caribbean, but you can go to far-flung places. What about a nice safari in Africa? You will never find Africa as wide open as right now. Very easy to go over to Tanzania or Kenya. It's wide open space. You're there in an environment that's very natural, and pretty much you have it to yourself compared to what it was in years past, where there are hundreds of vehicles surrounding that lion. Now it's really open and ready for you to have individual experiences in Africa.
And are you finding that trips like that might be a little bit more affordable right now, or are the prices still what they usually are?
Well, that's a good question too. I think that there is a need to attract. So price point is out there for current pricing. Definitely. You can book things at a better rate right now because the demand is not as high. We're seeing high demand going into the end of this year and 2022. And a lot of operators have things open for 2023 even. But that brings me back to what Brit Olom Tours itself is doing right now. We have been very busy putting together a fabulous program in Israel. We are going to take 2 groups this year because the demand is high. Israel is opening now again, as well as some other countries. Greece is going to be open in May. A lot of things are opening up. So Israel in October with Brit Olom Tours. We are experts in Israel. My husband, Svi, who is the owner of Brit Olom Tours, along with myself, we are custom designers of programs in Israel. If you want to do a family trip, a bar mitzvah trip, a religious trip, that's fine with us. We are experts in every area, but we will be escorting 2 small VIP groups in October. We will have a group of maybe 15, maybe 20 people on each tour. It will be extremely personalized, pretty much all inclusive, even most of your meals included. Deluxe program, comprehensive, perfect for a first timer or even folks that haven't been back in quite a while and want to do some special things, like we have a private tour of the Knesset, which is very hard to do, and Svi gets it done somehow. Every time we go to some great specialty restaurants, and Svi will be with you the whole time. He's like a mom and dad wrapped up in one, holding your hand through the process, as well as we have fabulous guiding by a real professional tour guide in Israel, one of the best. So professional and also so super personable. Everyone loves your own. So you'll have a great time with Brit Olom Tours. If you're interested in Israel, please do reach out to me or look on our website, BritOlomTours.com, because all the info is there.
So how long is that tour of Israel? How many
It's going
days?
to be a 9-night program. We spend time in Tel Aviv, up north in the Tiberias area, and also, of course, in Jerusalem, where we spend 4 nights. So we have a great program, 3 nights at Tel Aviv, 2 nights up north, 4 nights Jerusalem. It makes for a wonderful program in Israel. Like I said, comprehensive, as well as a lot of fun. We pace it right. You're going to have all the protocols in place because it will be a small group. The hotels are great in Israel as far as the cleanliness, the organization, making sure that you have everything you need to feel like it's a comfortable tour. And like I said, Svi will be there 24/7. Any questions you have, he's right there. He'll be with you on the tour.
So you mentioned that there's 2 groups. Are they both at the same time? Or
we're going to have one in early October and then one more mid-October. Like I said, go to BritOlomTours.com because all the information is there, or please reach out to me at Brit Olom Tours on a phone number, an email, Karen at BritOlomTours.com. You can reach me on email as well. 305-403-7548 is our phone number. And something else that's exciting that we're doing, we have been recognized Jennifer, more and more in the luxury space. And that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, is knowing how to curate tours for those that like to travel well. Regent Seven Seas Cruise Line reached out to us. This is one of the luxury premier cruise lines in the world. And they have a special campaign now called Unrivaled Space at Sea. Unrivaled Space at Sea means you're not going to feel crowded. You have your freedom to roam, to get that deck chair, to have that private table, to sit with your partner or your friend during your dining time. You're not going to be crowded in any way on a Regent Seven Seas cruise. You only rub elbows with the people you want to.
That you choose to.
So Regent Seven Seas Cruises reached out to us and said, we want you to help promote our campaign. And you can feel free to orchestrate that any way you want. So this is what Brit Olom Tours is doing. Like our Brit Olom Tours Facebook business page, and I'm going to announce what we're doing soon, but the prize is fabulous. It's going to be a $1,000 experience. It will be a group of experiences you can choose from. And it will be something really, really special and fun. It's going to be a fabulous prize. It certainly has a lot of people already excited. Like my Facebook page, Brit Olom Tours Inc., Brit Olom Tours Inc. And we will be announcing this. The campaign will start on March 30. Our contest will start March 30. It'll end early April, I think around April 7th, and we will have you participate in a certain way. But to find out what you need to do to win that prize, you have to go first to our business page, and I will be announcing that soon. So thank you so much to Regent Seven Seas Cruises for having Brit Olom Tours join them in this fabulous opportunity.
That sounds fantastic. So make sure you like and follow Brit Olom on Facebook. So you mentioned Regent and these fabulous tours. When are they going to start sailing?
That's a good question too. You're full of really on point questions today, and I appreciate that, because these are the things that the folks want to know.
What inquiring minds want to know.
They
right?
do. They absolutely do. And our clients want to know, and all you folks out there want to know, when are the cruises going to start? We're located in Miami. This is the cruise capital of the world, and everyone loves a cruise vacation. But as of now, we don't know. The CDC has special protocols that cruise lines need to follow. Before general sailing, there will need to be test cruises, and the cruise lines will have a group of either employees or certain invitees to practice the protocols on board before they sail with the general public. So we don't have the details of those test sailings yet, which means general sailings have not started yet. Many of the cruise lines have officially canceled their sailings through June. Mm-hmm. Some of them later in the year for specific sailings. There's still a question about Alaska, because Canada won't let large cruise ships dock. So if your ship is over 250 passengers, you have to be under the protocols of the CDC, and Canada does not want a large ship docking at their ports. And of course, when you go to Alaska, those have cruised Alaska know that you do touch on Canada because they're neighbors. So we're still trying to work through that. The cruise industry is trying to work through that to see if we can salvage some of that Alaska season this summer.
That's going to be 2 seasons for Alaska.
It will be. And the folks there are hurting because tourism in the summer is a mainstay of income for so many of the businesses there in all different ways. Yes, land tours are able to go forward. So if you want to see Alaska, absolutely, Brit Olom Tours can do a fabulous land tour. We have done it for many folks that want to just have a land experience. The national park there, Denali Park, and all the beautiful nature there, and the glaciers, and you just name it. It's a gorgeous state of Alaska to visit. It's just spectacular. But if you want to go there on a cruise, that's a question mark. And we do have some folks booked for this summer on Alaska cruises, and we're on hold. We're waiting to see. So that's a question, but definitely reach out to us. We will try to work through any issues you have or questions you have with travel anywhere in the world. We're the ones to ask because we get the information first.
So where do you think people are going right now? Like, where are people making plans for spring break? We have spring break coming up over the next few weeks.
I think mostly domestic is what I've been hearing. I do have some folks in the Caribbean right now, in Jamaica, and Mexico, but mostly I think for spring break. And we've all seen on TV the craziness going on with the college crowd, but it seems to be mostly domestic this year, and going out to the mountains or going to the beaches, I would say is where folks are headed on spring break. But a lot of places that people are anticipating travel, especially Europe. Europe is one of those destinations that is timeless. And the clients that I speak to can't wait to go to Greece, to go to Italy, to go to Spain, France, you name it, they can't wait to go. One of the big destinations now, the new popular destination, is Croatia. Croatia currently is open. Croatia is a beautiful country that it's right around where Greece is on the Adriatic. You can get to Croatia by cruises, but you also can do land tours. So right now, Croatia land tours are popular. In fact, I have a reservation for Croatia in early May, and we are planning to go tour some of the islands in a little yacht because Croatia has beautiful islands to explore. The best way to get there is on these small ships, on the yachts, and also great things on land. Dubrovnik with its beautiful old city walls and its history, and going out to the Lake District there, which is a national park with gorgeous waterfalls and nature. So Croatia has so much to offer, reasonably priced, and a destination that you can plan right now.
So I imagine a lot of people have questions in regards to COVID and traveling. And I read somewhere that Israel, I think, was one of them, where you'll need like the travel passport to say that you were vaccinated. So what do you see with the trend with vaccinations and traveling and requirements?
Vaccinations will become more and more important when you're going abroad. There is something that is in development now called a travel passport.
Right, that's what I thought it was called.
A health passport, not a travel passport, a health passport. They're still in development in this country of what that will look like and how you will download your information. But everyone has that little card, your vaccination card, and maybe that would be something you'd want to carry with you in lieu of that health passport. But as a requirement of a vaccination, there are some cruise ships that are requiring it as of today. If you want to sail on our small ships in the U.S., for example, a lot of the river cruise companies domestically are saying you would need to have a vaccination. Crystal Cruise Lines and the new Virgin Voyages, all of them said you need to have your vaccinations in order to sail. So a negative COVID test won't even get you on those ships. But so far, a negative COVID test, very immediately prior to travel, is what you would need, or to show that you've been fully vaccinated. So when I say immediately prior, most of the countries now are saying 72 hours prior to landing in your aircraft onto their soil. So that's pretty immediate when you think that you need the time of processing. Some of them do take the antigen test, which is an immediate result. Others want the regular
PCR test.
PCR, exactly. So you have to see what is required. And again, that's why you turn to your travel professional, because these things are updated constantly. It's so hard to keep track because, for example, Jamaica used to say 10 days prior for their COVID test. Now it's 3 days prior. So constant flux on things.
A lot can happen in a week. I mean, that's
It's
stale information 10 days
exactly.
prior.
And we need to keep updated. I am constantly looking at the news that comes across my computer, but also I get trade publications across my desk and print, but constant slew of information daily on new resorts opening up, new protocols, old protocols, change in protocols, what hotels are doing, what they feel is the best way to attract visitors. There's just tons of information that I can impart to a client, and that is what I do professionally. I love it. Been doing it for over 35 years.
Oh, you can tell you love it. You live and breathe it. And obviously traveling is a passion for you as well.
It is.
I know that from personally knowing you. And I've also used you to book travel. And like you said, you were my advocate my entire cruise. And I can't wait to book another cruise with you one day. Probably not till 2023 or 24. But
oh, good news on the cruise front too. Just today, Disney announced they're going to be having the Disney Dream out of Miami. In 2022. So all of you family folks out there, if you want to go on one of Disney's new ships, one of their big ships, the one with the aqueduct that goes all the way around the ship where you can go in your little tube, I think it is so cute, like a little water tube all around the ship. But yeah, the Disney Dream going to be right out of the port of Miami for 3, 4, 5-night cruises in 2022.
And short-term cruises too. So it's not necessarily
a
full week.
Some short cruises. So that makes it very attractive because more affordable and less time off. And, sometimes families want a few little vacations. They don't want just one long one. Right. So, you go for 3 or 4 nights and then you have time to do something else.
Exactly. I lost my train of thought. How did that happen? I know we've talked. I know you've been to Jamaica. I know you've been to Mexico. You mentioned
Disney World. Speaking about
Disney, I forgot about your Disney trip.
And I had a family just come back from Disney World. They had such cute pictures there. Of course, all of them wearing masks. Yes. Disney has very strict protocols. Disney is Disney. They're always very clean and organized, but protocols in place there. And they have reservations for things to eliminate overcrowding. So very safe to go to Disney World here in Orlando, in Florida, and Disneyland going to be opening up
in April. Only for California residents, though. I saw that on the news this morning, I believe.
Yep, end of April. So finally, I know that people out west had been waiting for that. So, and I'm sure they're going to start slow and kind of work their way.
Baby steps, yes.
Exactly. Everything is step by step.
Which is great, especially for all those people that work at the parks that, got laid off or furloughed.
Oh, definitely.
And hopefully they'll be able to go back to work.
And the airlines too.
Yes.
The flights are coming back. There are a lot of flight schedules that are being updated, canceled, changed. That is true. I know that from personal experience. My flight to Croatia was changed, but there are airlines that are calling back those employees that have been furloughed. For example, JetBlue, I just saw, is one of them. So they're getting more and more staff on hand to service the groups that are going now through the airports. There was record numbers in the past week. TSA reported over 1 million in a day passing through the airports. So yes, travel is coming back in fits and starts, but it is coming back.
Thank goodness. We've all been, landlocked or house locked for a year now. It was, like exactly a year ago yesterday that I remember I correlate it with a holiday, right? So I correlate it with St. Patrick's Day. And I remember last year at St. Patrick's Day, everything shut down. So we've been shut. We're all.
It's been a year.
We are all itching to go away. So, COVID has changed so many industries. COVID has changed the world, right? So what are the expectations of the travel industry moving forward? I know we've touched on some things, but.
Well, the travel industry is gearing up for a boom in 2022. 2021, obviously, it's off to a slow start. We had hopes that maybe we would be off to a quicker start, but it doesn't seem like. So,
but do you think people will be looser to travel like in the fall? I feel like
the fall.
I feel like the next school year is going to bring a lot of change with people's comfort levels of traveling and getting more back to our new normal.
We all want a routine, right?
Yes,
we want to get back into that routine of children going to school, of you going back to the office, perhaps, not doing everything on Zoom. At Pinecrest Business Association, we even have small groups in person now.
Yes.
Jen's the president. I'm on the board. It's nice to see people in person, even though through a mask, but okay.
It's nice to sit down at a table and have lunch, only with 2 other people right now.
Right.
But it's nice to be able to sit down and communicate face to face with people.
It's refreshing. And we're itching to travel. We're all itching to get back to routine, to getting back to, okay, maybe not a handshake, but a fist bump or an elbow bump, something in person, listening to a speaker. We had a wonderful speaker at our meeting, Michael Finney, who's the president of the Beacon Council, talking about business, huge business growth in Miami, which is also very positive for
jobs,
financial recovery, which means people will have that income to spend on things like travel.
Yes.
And so that was a very positive message for Brit Olom Tours, my company, because that means there will be a lot of high-paying jobs coming into Miami and the growth of vacation time and travel. So looking forward to to answer your question, a great 2022, even a more fabulous 2023, and getting more volume picking up the end of 2021. So right now in the summer, slowly, I think with the school vacation and things happening, maybe we'll get a little more volume coming in the summer months. Hopefully we'll start some cruises by then, later in the summer. Like I said, a lot of cruise ships on pause through May, through June. I'm hoping that come July, we'll be full steam ahead with a lot of cruise ships that are sailing with passengers. But time will tell.
Right. I would imagine if they start to open up the ships that you'll probably see a lot of last minute bookings for summer vacations for families.
I'm ready
from
and
my
willing.
mouth to God's ears, right?
Yes, I am ready and willing. I hope the phone starts ringing and my cell phone gets a lot of emails to check, and
you need to hear those dings and pings.
Text, we communicate very well on text too. So at Brit Olom Tours, we're super accessible all the time. And we like to think that every day is the perfect day to contact us. So even if a Saturday or Sunday is a better time for you to chat, that's fine with us as well. We're open and ready to just talk about ideas, because we have a podcast called Travel Wish List. And I like to talk to folks about what's at the top of your travel wish list. What are you thinking about? And let's see what timing will be right to get you there. Maybe you have a special birthday coming up, or an anniversary, a life cycle event, maybe celebrating a wedding. You want to send the kids on a fabulous honeymoon, a destination wedding, things in the future that you want to start planning. It's never too soon to reach out and talk to me. I'm happy to chat about what's out there and what we can do.
It sounds fantastic. So if you're looking to travel, contact Karen and Zvi. Your website
is BritOlomTours.com. And I think you can see it on the bottom of the screen there, how to spell BritOlomTours.com. Be looking at my business Facebook page, Brit Olom Tours Facebook page, for information on that fabulous giveaway in cooperation with Regent Seven Seas Cruises. We're going to be giving away a $1,000 experience, and how you win that will be posted very soon on my Facebook page. So please like it.
Yes. And Tommy was so nice to put your website captioned on us so everybody can get it. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you.
So when you're ready to travel, contact Karen and Zvi. You know, the Pinecrest Business Association is all about locals helping locals and local businesses supporting local businesses. Karen is very involved in the community, and she, I know, is very supportive of local businesses. So if you do have the yearning to travel, please contact her.
Thank you so much.
Oh, of course.
I hope they do.
I hope they do too. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please make sure to follow the Pinecrest Business Association on social media. Follow Brit Olom Tours so you can keep abreast of that amazing contest that she's going to be hosting, and as well as travel ideas. I'm sure there's all sorts of travel ideas.
All sorts of travel,
on your
beautiful photos
pages
that we put there to get you enticed to pick up the phone and call me, and let's make some plans.
Absolutely. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the PBA April networking luncheon, which will be the third Tuesday in April at Evelyn Greer Park. And our speakers, Karen's in charge of our speakers.
Dr. Amishi Jha, who is a professor at the University of Miami, she's an expert in mindfulness, and we all kind of get sidetracked in our lives. So she is going to tell us the best way to keep focused on now, to kind of slow down, to get rid of some of the anxiety that we're all feeling all the time in our lives and our day to day. So she's a fabulous speaker. She will be joining us on the April 20th meeting, and she has a book coming out. So I'm sure she'll mention a little bit about that too. I'm sure it'll be a fascinating book to read.
So we'll be meeting in person. Healthy Gourmet will be our caterer. Everybody, their food is delicious. If you're not comfortable with joining us in person, you will still have the Zoom option, but we do look forward to seeing you. We do follow all CDC and Village of Pinecrest guidelines. Everybody that comes is very comfortable, and we hope to see you there. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Grant and Michael Miller, for hosting us every week, and we will see you soon. Have a great day.